Hey folks, and welcome back here to Gatekeeper Media as we continue to bring you coverage of the 2022 Disc Golf World Championships out in Emporia, Kansas. We're in our third round with our chase card, and we are back at the Jones Supreme 18. We appreciate you all for tuning in. A special thank you to our Patreon supporters. Once again, in the virtual commentary booth, it's myself, Dustin Mouret, joined by Nathan Queen. How are you doing, man?
Doing well, hanging out here in Emporia, Kansas. I've been fortunate to be in downtown, get to walk around a little bit, not have to travel far. Got a fun card to watch getting back to the Jones Supreme course. Garrett Gurthie, Ricky Wysocki, Gavin Babcock, and Chris Clemons.
Indeed, we see Tristan Tanner and Aaron Gossage setting the pace at the top of the leaderboard at this point in time at 20 under par, but everyone only about 2 or 3 strokes behind in the top 10 as we get to some bags.
Yeah, straight into Garrett's bag, putting with the KC Pro AVR, throws AVR X3 a lot for the upshots. Of course, the Color Glow Rock 3. Gonna see a lot of Firebird and Wraith out here, I believe.
Now we get to Ricky Wysocki, of course, putting the dagger, using the Saki Bomb Slammer and Harps for approaches. Also going to be using some Felons, Raiders, and Rives, and maybe some Enforcers for something a little bit more overstable.
Getting into Gavin Babcock's bag, putting with those PA3s, goes with the A2s and M4s for the approach and mid-range shots, and been leaning on the new molds in the Falcor and the Reverb, but always sticks with the D1 for those distance drives also.
Now I get the Chris Clemons putting with the Judge. Really liking the Culprit lately, a newer disc for some approaches along with his Verdict for a mid. Then we'll see some Explorers, Getaways, and Defenders, and maybe a Warhorse and an Enforcer if he needs something a little more overstable.
Here we are, hole 1, 291 feet, daunting way to start your round. Lay up if you're feeling like you're okay with the par, or you can try to attack this island for the birdie.
Teeing off first, Garrett Gurthie.
And Garrett Gurthie out of Florida teeing off first. Currently number 24 in our UDisc World Rankings and 22 in the point standings. He did win the Beaver State Fling earlier this year, as well as 2nd at Portland, 7th at the Music City Open, and 11th at Tallahassee in his home state. And also he won the long drive contest coming into this tournament.
And uses that back wall well, gonna be inside the circle looking for birdie.
Second to tee, Ricky Wysocki.
And of course, Wysocki, the 2-time world champ, winning his first in Emporia in 2016. He won DDO early this year on these very courses, as well as winning at Texas State's and Ledgestone. Has 4 other podium finishes as well this year.
Very clean shot. Looks like these players are figuring out hole 1.
Third to tee, Gavin Babcock.
And now we got Gavin Babcock. Had a pretty solid year. Came 5th at our first major at the Champions Cup. Came 9th at Tallahassee. And had several other top 25 finishes on tour, including 16th at Belton and 17th at Portland. He also owns a very famous ace this year that won him, I believe, $10,000. Another fun fact.
Yeah, those one-shot money shots are no small thing. They'll get you up there pretty quick. And he is able to get on the island as well.
And rounding out the 2:35 p.m. NPO chase card, Chris Clemons.
We got Chris Clemons out here, the lefty, number 12 in the UDisc World Rankings and 13th in the Pro Tour points. Came 2nd at the Mid-America Open and 3rd at Waco, and had several other top 10 finishes on tour this year. And 4 for 4.
Yeah, 3 of the 4 players using that back wall. And this is more what I expected in the first round. I was pretty surprised that the hole played almost as difficult as last year with this back wall on here. But as you see this round, the players have really maybe looked at it a bit more and seen what they're supposed to do. You're able to disc up and throw that mid-range, not worry about coming up short as long as you can hit that back wall.
Still a very daunting starting hole as far as those go. But this card handling it really well. Gonna get a star frame.
Absolutely. Still played as the 4th most difficult hole on the course. However, 46% of the field able to card the birdie. Still lots of though, and 37% carding the bogey or above.
Yeah, I believe it was 46% day one, so it wasn't bogeyed as often. And certainly not as often as DDO, where I think it was over 50% of the field was finding bogey throughout that tournament.
Yeah. And we are going to find ourselves with a star frame here to start the round.
Indeed we are. Well, I don't want to curse it. Okay.
I set you up for that one.
You tried. Not taking the bait this time, Nathan.
But we got the star frame either way. Great way to start. Moving into hole 2. Pretty difficult par 5. 1,087 feet. Got this OB line in on the left, which is pretty tight if you start fading out. You can hang out off to the right side and have a play over top of the lake. But if you can get 2 shots and then be inside 400 feet, then you've done the majority of the work.
Great slow turning shot here from Double G. Gets way on up the fairway.
Yeah, that big tree you see in the background is about 370 feet off of the tee, and he's a good 100 feet past that, excuse me.
Kind of a similar line being taken here by Mr. Wysocki, also going to land pretty center cut.
Yeah, I'm thinking he wasn't playing for that fade. Garrett's over there on the right where it's going to be pretty easy to go out over the water. Ricky's going to have a decision to make on what he wants to do.
Babcock looks like he's going to be right next to Wysocki, or maybe just behind him on that left-hand side.
Yeah, he moves a bit further to the left side. He should be able to put down a roller if he's feeling aggressive. Maybe go with a forehand. Finally getting to see some lefty lines. Holding it over to that left side. He's going to be looking to throw a pretty similar shot for his next shot. Well, he's switching to forehand now.
And he has one of the most powerful forehands on tour.
Yeah, works out nicely. Has a couple trees along the way, but gets great distance on that. He's going to have an opportunity to approach the green from there.
And low laser beam here.
Yeah, Gavin going with the sidearm, which is why I thought we would see Chris throw another backhand.
Oh, boy. That curled up. Okay.
Yeah, that thing just kept moving.
Garrett just taking the gap here to settle in.
Ricky going with an aggressive flex line. Gets some pretty good distance out of it, but not quite the height he wanted. Still up there pretty far, though.
I should still have a way to get up there for birdie. This looks great from Garrett, as long as it gets some good ground action, which it definitely does. Rolls up to the bullseye.
Wow. That was probably a good 440 feet. Chris able to use that wide open space over there and just slides it up underneath the pin. He is going to have a tap-in birdie. We're going to have 2 players looking to go 2 for 2.
Babcock trying to join him, kind of taking a similar route, but with the forehand. He's going to get caught, though. Going to be in circle 2.
And right after playing the 4th most difficult hole on the course, this is the 3rd most difficult.
It's definitely a tough second and third shot to get yourself into circle 1.
Yeah, low ceiling really makes it hard to get that distance that you want. But we've got 3 players inside the circle, and Gavin with a long look here.
He's just on the edge of circle 2. Oh, gonna find that right side, but does not stick.
That thing had some speed on it, too. It got there fast.
And again today, it looks like we're enjoying, fairly calm conditions as far as Kansas is concerned. Oh man, Ricky coming up short, uncharacteristic.
Yeah, he'll look to walk. He'll look to walk that one off. Not think about it anymore. Just a tap in here for Garrett, and Chris is even closer. Not a bad way to start for the card. We've got 6 birdies so far through 2. Moving into hole 3, a much more birdieable hole. Got about 400 feet, 415 feet to clear this water. If you can stay to the right of that bushy tree, you're going to be in the best area, but there is OB off to the right also, so make sure you don't overturn your disc. Just that controlled 440 feet. 460 feet.
Yeah, just like you said, want to get around that bush and not get caught up inside of it.
Yeah, this might cut over in front of it, and that's going to be in a great position also.
Yeah, I mean, really the only trouble is coming up short or getting stuck in that bush. Otherwise, usually people are able to get this one. Get to see that distance forehand from Clemons. Oh, behind that bush, though. That'd be tricky.
Yeah, right into one of those cedars.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, that looked like it was on a hyzer and just never went left, kept moving straight. Went so far, he's going to have a very easy approach shot. And all 8 throws that we've seen from this tee pad on the Gatekeeper coverage have made this hole look fairly easy. It is a 420-foot water carry. It's not just a simple hole. We are just watching the best players in the world at the World Championships, so...
Look at Clemons finding a little window there. Gets himself within probably 20 feet. Chance to get an early turkey. Double G will be hoping to join him with that upshot.
Yeah, going to be in a similar spot, looking for his turkey as well.
Oh, not what he wanted there.
A little bit too much steam on that one. Maybe should have had a slammer in his hand like Ricky does. It would have faded out a little sooner.
I don't know that Prodigy would have been happy about that, but...
Oh, yeah, my mistake.
It's all good. What a stepper, though, from Babcock. Finds his birdie anyway.
Yeah, he threw it just where he wanted to with his Prodigy plastic.
That's correct. Right in the center. Really well done.
And that's a good way to start off what could be our second star frame in 3 holes.
Oh, and there's a turkey for Chris. You know what they say, Nathan, when life gives you Clemons, what do you do? What do you think?
Make a turkey?
I was going to say make lemonade, but... It's one of those ones where I kind of forced that one in there. But I was scared I wouldn't get to use it in the future, so I wanted to make sure I got it in there.
You went from turkey to lemons real quick there. I'm not sure.
Maybe lemonade goes pretty well with a turkey dinner. I don't know.
Garrett, I'm not sure he knows anything about lemons, but he's got some turkey to go with his jerky now.
Ooh, that was good. That was way better than mine. We'll be back after a short break.
I'm asked all the time, why do you play disc golf so much? The best answer I can think about is, there's just something about disc golf. You might think it's just like any other sport, but I can promise you this is not the case. Disc golf is the closing of your computer, the discipline that it requires, that sound of those chains. I don't know what it is. The whole world should have the opportunity to try it. Let's grow this sport.
All right, moving into hole 4. Another on the easier side of par 4s without the wind whipping out here. you can get 400 feet off of the drive, you're going to be in a pretty good position to attack this pin, and we have 4 players that can most definitely get more than 400 feet off of the drive. Just got to avoid the OB. There is some on the right side, but the left side OB comes more into play on this one.
Just booming one down there is Double G.
Yeah, I imagine these guys might make this hole look pretty boring. Just get some big drives out here and then have some fairly simple approach shots.
Yeah, for the most part, especially if you can just make it to that corner, makes the upshot a lot easier.
Yeah, and Ricky definitely going to be making it to that corner, getting out there a little bit farther than Double G did. He's going to be looking straight at the basket.
That one looks a little scary.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one. He's going to make really the only mistake that you can make off of this tee, getting that a little too nose up, not getting your turn on it.
Beautiful shot from Clemons, tracking the bucket. Oh my goodness.
And let's take a look at that again as Chris Clemons almost tosses this one in.
Oh my, just a matter of inches on that. I know that's one of your favorite shots to watch, just that nice slow turning backhand. That was beautiful.
Oh, absolutely. Drifting right the entire time, just barely fades out at the end. Or drifting left the entire time. As Gavin
Oh no.
has gotten too much on this one.
Trying to save par with that big forehand, but it goes OB.
Garrett, with just immaculate distance, throws a big spike up in the air. That's great control to be able to throw your disc that high and just pinpoint exactly where you want it to land.
That is wide from Ricky. Just an absolute misfire.
Yeah, I don't know the last time I've seen Ricky do something like that.
Nice bid, full commitment, but we'll be disappointed with that upshot more than anything. Great stepper for Babcock to limit the damage.
Yeah, throw it OB twice and only take a single bogey. Guess that's the best you can do. Looks like he's in good spirits about it. Should be able to shake that one off pretty quickly.
It's Clemons for 4 in a row. Count it.
What a start. Garrett is going to back him up with it also as he drops his in. He hasn't really had to putt yet.
That is true. He has not.
55% of the field able to take the birdie on this hole. Just the third easiest hole. So definitely feel like you have to get the birdie on that one. Moving into hole 5, 385-foot downhill par 3. You've got a little bit of OB stretch here in the middle. Shouldn't come into play unless you happen to catch some branches along the way and get pretty unlucky. But right side, left side, most likely we'll see 4 backhands down this right side.
Oh, that roll away is so nasty. That is just rude.
Yeah.
Rolls back in circle 1, but I mean, took what could have been a 5-foot putt and turned it into a 28-footer.
Yeah, I guess that tree got tired of seeing Double G drop it in. Said, I'm going to make you putt this round.
Oh, early from Clemons. but still gets all the way up there, but definitely an early release on the forehand.
And when I said 4 backhands, I've gotten so used to watching right-handed players. I forgot about Chris for a second, so I did expect him to throw his forehand down that way. Oh no.
Wait, what?
Ricky has gotten those unfortunate branches I was talking about and gone OB. That is about the only way it's going to happen unless you just throw it low into the ground. That's so unfortunate.
I thought he would have skipped past them or something, but yeah. And this is just such a cold start for Wysocki.
Yeah, he's had a couple opportunities, missed a putt, and definitely botched an upshot. That was a bit unlucky on this hole, but it's slowing him down a little more.
Nice bid there from Clemons, but he'll have to settle for par. Trick shot for double G, though, to go 5 in a row.
Yeah, drops that disc in the right side of the tree, but catches the left side of the chains. Whew. Impressive stuff.
Good bounce back for Babcock.
And Ricky tapping in a bogey, moving him just to 1 under for the round. And Chris finally taking his first par. Going into hole 6. Nice overhead view here. You see, this is the water carry that we've got. The basket's up there on the left side of your screen. About 315 feet, 300 or so to clear that water. Brutal drop zone, so really need to make this island. Oh.
It was not nice. Double G did ask quite nicely, I might add, but unfortunately didn't come through.
Yeah, that tree doesn't really care how nice you are. It seems to be a mean one. Gavin going to avoid the tree. Get a nice little hot skip. That'll leave him a scary putt, but he's going to be on the green looking for a birdie. Big, high, wide hyzer from Chris. Great way to control distance. He gets up on the green for a birdie look also.
Man, I feel like this is a hole that Ricky needs to capitalize on. Just get him back on track. It's drifting more than he wants to the right. It's a long putt.
Yeah, and that was scary. I wasn't sure that was going to be inbounds. Oh, and Garrett's left that a little soft. He's right around circle's edge. Has a bit of a tree to deal with.
And get the Raptor legs out. Ricky hits it from circle 2, and that could be the spark that he needs, Nathan.
Yes, it could. Look at him. Nose it out of his hand, runs it down. That's a scary putt.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed by the knee height on those kicks, though. I feel like we needed those a little higher.
Well, it's a little early in the round. I think
that's true.
I think knees get higher later on.
Fair.
Uh-oh. Double G going from 5 birdies in a row to a double bogey.
Oh, Clemons just skates that one in. 5 down through 6. A great start for Clemonade.
This is kind of one of those birdie or bogey type of holes. 52% of the field taking a birdie, but 31% bogey or above. And Gavin gonna join that birdie percentage as we've got 3 birdies. And an unfortunate double bogey here on hole 6.
You don't become the best without taking risks. In 2012, we decided to make our own first 4 molds. Now, almost 10 years later, we want to share with you a piece of this history with our 10-year anniversary box.
He's way out of position. Like,
He's going to have to force it, though.
I don't think he can.
Think it's even possible?
It's in the impossible range.
The way Worlds ended last year, you couldn't have wrote that in a book.
After the initial reaction, I had to process.
If you don't even think it's a sport, watching this moment has to get you pumped up.
He's going to need the shot of the century.
I could sense something was about to happen.
Here we are, hole 7, 704-foot par 4. If you can get up to the top of this hill, you're going to be in a pretty good position and only have about 300 feet left to attack this green. Some OB right and OB left off of the tee. If you catch some branches, there's some OB down there low also. But without the wind being up, this tee shot isn't as daunting as it was earlier on in the year.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate to just have very fair conditions each day for Worlds. Stark contrast to DDO, that's for sure.
As Chris getting that up a little bit too high, comes up a bit short, but still does find that inbounds area.
Great shot from Ricky. Perfect spot for him to get the forehand out to the green.
Yeah, I like that high left side close to the road. Really opens up your access to throw either a hyzer to the right around the tree, or you could go forehand over the road, which is a bit more open.
Double G does well to put himself in a good spot, and Clemons has some work to do here. This is quite a distance.
And coming up just a bit short, but may have a look from in there. Easy par, if not.
Of course, very backhand dominant player. Double G goes with a big hyzer backhand, but comes up short of the green.
Gavin choosing to go with that right side. And able to make it around that tree the other guy's getting caught up in. He's going to have what looks to be a tap-in birdie there. Ricky able to go with just an approach disc. Still leaves it a bit short. But after a really big drive, that's a lot of forehand power to get that approach disc there.
Clemons just takes his medicine, pitches out for par. This is Double G.
Yeah, and I don't blame him for wanting to give that the best bid he could after the last hole. Really looking to bounce back.
Speaking of bouncing back, that's back-to-back birdies for Ricky to start fighting back on the leaderboard after a slow start.
Garrett able to clean up his par there. And shout out to Seppo Payu throwing it in from what you just says to be 271 feet to card an eagle on this hole today.
Oh, wow.
Will move us into hole 8, 423-foot par 3. And I guess I'll get to say it since we do have a lefty on the card. I think this one counts as a lefty hyzer.
You are right. Otherwise, forehands for the rest, though I imagine Double G will probably throw some kind of turnover.
Yeah, you've got a roller play on this one also. What a shot from Gavin, though. That's so much power to get it even just to circle's edge right there without any type of skip.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically having to play almost all hyzer on the forehand, so requires more power than just the 423 indicates.
And as you see, Ricky with ton of forehand power does get a little bit of skip and still doesn't quite get to where Gavin got.
It's a little low from Clemons.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be a stable enough of a disc either. pushes it out too straight.
The big turnover we assumed we would see, but it does pan out and kind of just carry straight.
Yeah, I believe that had a pretty good line on it. It was a little too wide, though. Looked like he may have pushed it long into that tree we see on the right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Ricky Wysocki for 3 in a row now, moving him to 4 down on the round.
And that's another huge putt from circle 2, right in the left corner pocket there. Get a little 720 there.
Still fist pumping, even at the basket.
Oh, he knows how big that was. That's a turkey now for Ricky to fight back to 4 under. Oh, man, that looked good from Double G. Just a little high.
Yeah, nice touch right there.
That's rude.
Yeah, maybe just a bit left side, but definitely could have hung on. That was a great forehand to get to there.
I mean, it was more centered than Ricky's putt was and falls out.
Yeah,
unlucky.
Definitely true. No birdies for us there, but that brings us into hole 9, 682-foot par 4. If you can get to that light pole out there, you're in a pretty good spot. Or that tree in the middle out there is about 370 feet. If you can get just past that, then you're really in just pitch up range and shouldn't have too much issue. Again, with the wind not aggravating your tee shot here as you try to move off to the right.
What? Okay, that thing was going places, man.
Yeah, that even hitting those trees, that's still a good 450.
And again, if you didn't want him catching the first round, this hole is drastically easier than it was at DDO. It has been shortened quite a bit.
As Gavin testing that OB over there on the right side, but going to be in a great position to be able to chip another forehand up there. And back-to-back lefty hyzers here. What a dream.
And Double G's been killing it with this disc. He's throwing it quite a lot. He's really trusting it for that controlled distance.
And uses it well, gets up there past Ricky's disc, and he's in the middle of the fairway.
Nice one from Clemons. Get him near the bullseye. This is for Ricky to go 4 in a row. It did hit that and still wound up being incredible.
Yeah, still pretty good. Shouldn't have too much issue with that one. Looks like he's inside 20 feet. Garrett gets over on that one just a bit too much, but I believe he's inside the circle.
Yeah, he definitely is. And Babcock's had a couple of steppers go well for him, but that one's just a little high.
Again, so fast.
And what a putt from Double G.
There it is. Starting to get a little bit of momentum back. Gets him back to 4 down for the round. Through this front 9. Ricky looking to move to 5 down via 5 in a row.
And there it is. Turns things around on this front 9. Winds up with a great score. And speaking of great scores, Clemons here looking to go 6 under through the front 9. And there it is right in the center.
Yeah, we've got some hot scores on this front 9 and a pretty attackable back. There's a couple difficult par 3s, but other than that, you can get a hold of these first 6 holes on the back 9.
So let's take a look here as we see Chris Clemons 4 in a row to start in 6 under. Ricky Wysocki heats up in the end, and Double G was on that boom sauce in the front half of the front 9 with 4 in a row, or 5 in a row, excuse me, and ends 4 down. And Gavin Babcock certainly still very much in the mix. Let's take a look at the leaderboard here. We can see Gossage and Macbeth now sliding up towards the top. And Clemons is right now tied for 3rd here on our feature card. So we appreciate all of you for tuning in. Hope that you'll follow and subscribe to catch the rest of our World's coverage here at Gatekeeper Media, as well as the rest of the coverage we have on the Pro Tour this year. Again, a thank you goes out to our Patreon supporters. And once again, I'm Dustin Mouret, and with me was Nathan Clean, and we'll see you on the back 9.
We'll see you guys out there.